The first thing the aliens did when they captured Earth was turn off the lights. Not the city lights. Not the street lamps. Every light. Every satellite. Every communication tower. Every reactor that could be disconnected without destroying the planet. From orbit, Earth became almost completely dark. And that was exactly what the aliens wanted. They wanted humanity to feel small. They wanted every human on the planet to look into the night sky and see nothing but the stars. Because above those stars, there were 12,000 alien warships. The fleet had arrived 3 hours earlier. No warning. No negotiation. No declaration of war. Just 12,000 ships appearing beyond the moon. They were enormous. Black armored vessels with long triangular bodies and engines that glowed a cold violet color. They surrounded Earth in perfect formation. Humanity's entire orbital defense force had less than 600 combat ships. The numbers were not even close. The alien commander knew that. That was why his first transmission was not a threat. It was an insult. His face appeared on every remaining human display. Tall. Pale. Almost completely expressionless. His eyes were black and reflective. Behind him stood several alien officers in silver armor. He looked directly into the camera. My species has studied your civilization for 17 years. He paused. We expected more. Across Earth, people watched. Military officers. Scientists. Children. Families. People standing in streets beneath dead lights. The alien continued. Your weapons are primitive. Your fleets are small. Your planetary defenses are obsolete. And your species has never encountered an enemy like ours. His expression barely changed. You have 6 hours to surrender. A human voice answered. Who are you? The alien looked almost amused. We are the Bear Dominion. The transmission ended. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then the emergency command center beneath Colorado erupted into noise. Officers shouted. Screens filled with data. Scientists ran between stations. Generals argued over deployment orders. And at the center of it all stood Commander Elias Ward. He was 46 years old. Gray beginning to show at his temples. Dark eyes. A tired face. No medals on his uniform. No ceremonial sword. Nothing about him suggested that he was the man responsible for humanity's last defense. He stared at the main tactical display. 12,000 alien ships. 600 human ships. 6 hours. A young officer approached him. Commander. Ward didn't look away. What? We've lost contact with 93% of the global network. Satellite grid. Mostly gone. Military communications. Fragmented. Power. The aliens disabled major orbital relays. Ward nodded. Expected. The officer hesitated. Sir. Ward finally looked at him. What? We can't win. The command center became strangely quiet. Ward stared at him. The officer swallowed. Sorry, sir. Ward looked back at the display. No. The officer frowned. No. We can't win. He pointed at the alien fleet. Not this. The officer looked confused. Ward turned toward the room. Get me the old files. Nobody moved. Ward raised his voice. The files from before the Federation. One scientist slowly turned around. Commander. The files. Those files are classified. Ward stared at her. So is the invasion. She hesitated. Then ran. 5 minutes later, a door beneath the command center opened. Ward walked down a narrow staircase. The deeper he went, the older everything became. Modern lights disappeared. Modern walls disappeared. The air became colder. At the bottom stood a steel door. There was no electronic lock. No biometric scanner. Only a mechanical handle. Ward opened it. Inside was a room that looked like it belonged in a museum. Dusty consoles. Old cables. Ancient computer terminals. Maps of Earth from before humanity reached Mars. And at the center, a black metal box. The scientist followed him inside. What is this place? Ward stared at the box. The first command bunker. From when? Before the first colony ships. The scientist looked around. Why was it abandoned? Ward didn't answer. He walked toward the box. There was a warning engraved into the metal. The scientist wiped away the dust. Her face changed. Commander. Ward looked. She read the words. If they return. She stopped. Ward finished it. Do not contact them. The scientist stared at him. Who? Ward placed his hand on the box. That's what we're about to find out. The box opened. Inside was a single data core. No screen. No interface. Just a small black cylinder. Ward picked it up. Every light in the room turned on. The scientist stepped backward. A voice came from the ceiling. It was human. Old. Calm. And strangely familiar. If this recording is being played. The voice paused. Then Earth has been discovered. Ward looked upward. The voice continued. You are probably frightened. Ward almost laughed. The scientist didn't. You are probably looking at the sky and wondering how your species could possibly survive. The voice became quieter. Do not surrender. Ward's eyes narrowed. The scientist stared at the cylinder. Why? The recording answered as though it had heard her. Because the enemy does not know what humanity became. The room went silent. Then a map appeared. Not of Earth. Not of the solar system. The entire galaxy appeared. Thousands of points of light surrounded humanity's region. The scientist whispered. What is that? The recording continued. 312 years ago, humanity made first contact. Ward stared at the map. That isn't possible. Humanity's public history is incomplete. The map changed. Thousands of alien civilizations appeared. Then disappeared. One after another. The scientist's face went pale. What happened to them? The recording answered. We did. Ward froze. The room seemed to shrink. The voice continued. Humanity discovered that the galaxy was not peaceful. First contact was not a beginning. It was a test. Every species we encountered asked the same question. How strong are the humans? The map changed again. A red region appeared. It spread across the galaxy. Then another. Then another. The voice continued. We answered honestly. We showed them our ships. Our weapons. Our colonies. Our technology. And because humans were young. We believed strength was something you displayed. The image changed. A human fleet appeared. Then an alien fleet. Then destruction. The human fleet vanished. Ward stared. What happened? The recording answered. We lost. The scientist looked at him. Ward didn't move. The voice continued. That defeat taught humanity the most important lesson in our history. The screen went black. Then 4 words appeared. Never show everything. The scientist whispered. What did we hide? The recording continued. Everything. The black screen disappeared. A new image appeared. A human warship. At first it looked ordinary. Then the image expanded. The ship grew. And grew. And grew. Until the vessel was larger than a city. The scientist stepped backward. Ward stared. That's impossible. That ship was built 209 years ago. Where is it? Destroyed. Ward frowned. The recording continued. The second ship was built shortly afterward. Another vessel appeared. Bigger. Then another. Then another. Each one larger. Each one stranger. The scientists stared in disbelief. Why were these never used? The answer was simple. Because humanity learned to hide. The recording showed human ships disappearing into asteroids. Underground. Inside gas giants. Beyond distant moons. Within artificial nebulae. The scientist looked at Ward. How many? Ward didn't answer. The recording did. Your current civilization believes humanity possesses approximately 700 military vessels. The scientist laughed nervously. That's accurate. No. The map changed. Thousands of human vessels appeared. Then tens of thousands. The room became filled with light. Ward stared. The recording continued. That number was deliberately published. The scientist looked horrified. How many do we actually have? The voice paused. Then answered. 38,412. Neither human spoke. The recording continued. But numbers are not our greatest advantage. The map disappeared. A new image appeared. Earth. Then the Moon. Then Mars. Then Jupiter. Then the outer planets. Lines appeared between them. The scientist slowly understood. No. Ward looked at her. What? She pointed. Those aren't communication lines. Ward stared. She was right. The lines were energy pathways. Power pathways. A planetary network. The entire solar system was connected. The recording continued. Humanity stopped building weapons. The screen showed cities, factories, mining stations, space elevators, moon bases, Mars colonies. Instead, the image zoomed outward. We built infrastructure. Ward's eyes narrowed. The scientist whispered. And infrastructure can become weapons. The recording stopped. For 3 seconds, there was silence. Then the final message appeared. If they return. The voice spoke one last time. Do not fight them where they expect. The recording ended. The room remained dark. Ward looked at the scientist. How long until the 6 hours are over? She checked her watch. 5 hours and 41 minutes. Ward nodded. Good. She stared at him. Good. Ward walked toward the door. We're going to need every minute. The alien fleet waited. They expected surrender. They expected panic. They expected governments to collapse. Instead, Earth became even quieter. No transmissions. No military declarations. No emergency broadcasts. The planet simply went dark. The Bear commander watched from his flagship. Why aren't they responding? An officer checked the data. We don't know. Have they launched additional ships? No. Missiles? No. Defense platforms? No. The commander stared at Earth. Then they are afraid. The officer hesitated. Perhaps. The commander turned. What? We have detected unusual energy activity. Where? The officer pointed toward the solar system. Everywhere. The commander frowned. Then the stars changed. Not physically. On the tactical display. Thousands of tiny signals appeared. The commander stared. Those aren't ships. No. Then what are they? The officer zoomed in. His face changed. Power stations. The commander looked confused. Power stations. Yes. How many? The officer didn't answer. The commander shouted. How many? 23,000. Silence. Then the alien commander laughed. Pathetic. He pointed at Earth. Destroy the largest military base. A weapon officer activated the targeting system. The alien flagship rotated. A massive energy cannon began charging. Earth remained dark. The weapon fired. A beam crossed space. It should have struck the planet. Instead, the moon moved. Not the entire moon. Something underneath it. A massive structure emerged from the lunar surface. Then another. Then another. Thousands of kilometers of ancient machinery unfolded across the gray surface. The alien fleet froze. The commander stared. What is that? Nobody answered. The moon lit up. The energy beam hit it. Nothing happened. The beam disappeared. The commander stepped forward. Fire again. The cannon fired. Again, nothing. The alien tactical system suddenly screamed. Thousands of warnings appeared. The officer looked terrified. Commander. What? We have a problem. The commander turned. The tactical screen showed the human fleet. Not 600 ships. Not even 6,000. The screen was covered. Ships were appearing from everywhere. Behind the moon. Above Mars, inside the rings of Saturn. Beyond Jupiter. Between asteroids. From the darkness between planets. Human warships. Thousands of them. The commander stared. How? The officer whispered. They were there. What? They were always there. The first human transmission arrived. The alien commander expected a demand. Instead, Commander Elias Ward appeared. No medals. No smile. Just tired eyes. He looked directly into the camera. You asked us to surrender. The alien commander stared. Ward continued. Here's our answer. The transmission ended. The alien commander shouted. Destroy them. The Bear fleet opened fire. Space became fire. Thousands of alien weapons crossed the darkness. Human ships moved. Not randomly. Perfectly. The fleet split into dozens of formations. Some disappeared behind planets. Others moved directly into the attack. The alien weapons hit. Human ships exploded. But something strange happened. Every destroyed ship was replaced. More human vessels emerged from the darkness. The alien commander stared. How many do they have? The tactical officer was shaking. We don't know. Estimate. We can't. Estimate. The officer looked at him. Commander. He pointed toward Earth. We are surrounded. The alien commander turned. Human ships filled the sky. Not thousands. Tens of thousands. The alien commander suddenly understood. Earth had never been undefended. Earth had been hiding. A human ship approached the alien flagship. It was not large. It was almost primitive compared to the Bear vessels. The alien commander laughed. Destroy it? The human ship did not fire. It simply opened its hangar. One small craft emerged. The alien sensors detected it. No weapons. No shields. No armor. Just a small shuttle. It approached the flagship. The alien commander watched. What are they doing? The shuttle docked. The bridge doors opened. A single human walked in. Commander Ward. No armor. No weapon. Just the same dark uniform. The alien soldiers surrounded him. The Bear commander stepped forward. You came aboard my ship. Ward looked around. Nice place. The alien commander stared. Do you understand what happens if I kill you? Ward nodded. Yes. I could destroy your planet. No. The commander paused. Ward looked at him. You could try. The alien's expression changed. Ward continued. You've been watching the wrong planet. What? Ward pointed toward the viewing window. Earth. The alien commander looked. Then Ward pointed toward the moon. Mars. Then Jupiter. Saturn. Then beyond. Everything you can see. The alien commander stared. Ward said one final thing. That's not our territory. The alien looked at him. Then what is it? Ward smiled. Our factory. The commander froze. Outside the flagship, human ships moved. But they weren't firing. They were changing formation. The entire human fleet moved toward the outer solar system. The alien commander watched. Why? Ward turned, because you came here with 12,000 ships. The alien commander looked at him. Ward continued. We're going to return them. The alien commander finally understood. The humans weren't defending Earth. They were preparing to invade. The alien soldiers raised their weapons. Ward didn't move. Don't. The commander laughed. You are alone. Ward looked at him. No. The lights in the flagship went out. The alien commander looked around. Then emergency power activated. Every screen displayed the same message. Human control established. The alien commander turned toward Ward. What did you do? Ward smiled. Your ships. The alien commander stared. Ward explained. We didn't hack your computers. The alien looked confused. We hacked your fuel. Silence. Ward looked through the window. Your engines are powered by a particle system we invented. The commander froze. Ward continued. You thought your species discovered it? He smiled. We let you find it? The alien commander stepped backward. Ward's expression hardened. You've been using human technology for 83 years. The alien stared. Impossible. Is it? Ward looked at the fleet. Every time you invaded a world. He paused. Every time you destroyed a civilization. His voice became colder. Every time you thought you were becoming stronger. Ward looked directly at him. You were learning from us. The alien commander finally understood the trap. The human fleet wasn't the weapon. The entire war was. Humanity had allowed the Bear Dominion to grow. Allowed them to spread. Allowed them to use human-derived technology. And now, they had brought 12,000 enemy ships directly into the center of the trap. The alien commander whispered. What are you? Ward answered. Human. Then he activated the command signal. Across the solar system, the lights came on. The moon became a weapon. Mars opened. Jupiter's atmosphere lit with enormous artificial structures. Saturn's rings shifted. Thousands of hidden platforms emerged from asteroids. And behind Neptune, something enormous awakened. A structure larger than Earth. The alien commander stared. Ward watched him. That's the part you weren't supposed to see. The alien commander could barely speak. What is that? Ward looked toward the darkness. The reason humanity stopped expanding. The enormous structure began moving. It wasn't a ship. It was a gate. A gateway capable of connecting distant regions of space. And on the other side, there were human ships. Millions of them. Not 600. Not 38,000. Millions. The alien commander stared at the impossible fleet. Ward looked at him. Your 6 hours are over. The commander whispered. What happens now? Ward turned toward the exit. Now you learn why our ancestors disappeared. The alien commander looked after him. Where did they go? Ward stopped. He looked back. Everywhere. The human fleet began moving through the gate. One ship, then 10. Then 1,000. Then millions. The Bear Dominion had arrived expecting a primitive planet. They found a species that had spent centuries pretending to be primitive. The alien commander watched the human fleet disappear into the gate. For the first time in his life, he felt something his species had never taught him to feel. Fear. Not fear of death. Something worse. The realization that humanity had never been trapped on Earth. Humanity had been hiding on Earth. And now, the hiding was over. 3 days later, every Bear ship still capable of movement had left the solar system. They did not attack again. They did not threaten Earth. They did not demand surrender. They simply ran. Humanity did not pursue them. Not immediately. Instead, Commander Ward stood in the old underground bunker. The ancient recording played again. The same voice. The same message. If you're hearing this. Ward looked at the map. You're still here. The recording continued. Then you have survived the first test. Ward froze. The scientist beside him looked up. First test. The recording continued. Do not mistake the bear for the enemy. The room went silent. Ward stared at the screen. They are only the scouts. The scientist whispered. What? The voice continued. They were never meant to find Earth. Ward stepped closer. Then who sent them? The recording displayed a symbol. Not human. Not bear. Something older. Something that made the scientist's blood run cold. The recording continued. If they found you. A pause. Then the others already know. The screen went black. Ward stood perfectly still. The scientist looked at him. Commander. Ward didn't answer. Outside the bunker, the lights of Earth were returning. Cities were coming alive. People were looking toward the sky again. But this time, they weren't afraid of what they saw. Because humanity had finally learned the truth. The galaxy had always been watching Earth. The difference was, Earth had started watching back. Ward looked at the darkness beyond the stars. Then he smiled. Not because humanity was safe. It wasn't. Not because the war was over. It wasn't. But because for the first time, the enemy had made the oldest mistake in human history. They had underestimated the quiet ones. And somewhere beyond the edge of known space, something ancient noticed the human fleet. Something that had been waiting longer than humanity had existed. A signal traveled through the darkness. It reached the hidden human gate. The gate responded. Ward's screen lit up. One message appeared. We see you. Ward stared at it. The scientist waited. Should we answer? Ward looked at the stars. Then back at the screen. Yes. What should we say? Ward thought for a moment. Then smiled. Tell them. He stepped toward the console. We've been looking for them too. The message disappeared into space. And for the first time in 300 years, humanity stopped hiding. The stars went quiet. Then, one by one, they began answering.